G'day folks, welcome back to the channel and my hotel room. As you can probably hear in my voice, I'm still feeling quite sick after doing way too much stuff in way too hot weather and not sleeping in the car very well and getting swarmed by mosquitoes, which might have something to do with not sleeping well. Anyhow, I'm still on vacation, if you can call it that. But yeah, that's where I am, and today we're going to finally get around to looking at this circular polarizer for the Lite Plus. Now, I don't know for sure if this is the case, but since yonder drone here is supposed to have the same camera as the Evo 2 Pro, theoretically I would expect the Evo 2 Pro filters to be able to work on this thing as well, but I don't have that drone, so I can't tell you. Anyhow, we're going to finally get to looking at this filter today. I've had it for quite a long time now, and it's just time. So I've got a very special location in mind that we're going to use this with. So, we'll just do a quick little unboxing here. And wouldn't you know it, once again, the little tear-off strip didn't work. Isn't that always the way it goes with these things? Making it real hard to get in. Anyway, we are in. We'll see what's in here. It's probably just the usual Freewell stuff. Okay, we've got the little envelope thing here. Yeah, Freewell, which is probably going away for Polar Pro after that shipping debacle I experienced with them that I mentioned too in the other video. What is this white line? Well, I already know what that means. Scan that if you want to know what it means. But basically, there's a little white line on this filter that tells you exactly where the optimal polarization is. So, yeah, we'll show that to you in a bit. Video tutorials. I'll let you all scan that if you're so inclined. I have no intention of watching those because I've been doing this a while now. Okay, we've got the usual booklet here. Who cares? Microfiber cloth again. Can always use those. So let's get into this real quick. And I'll show you the white line they're talking about. Man, I hope I'm making any sense at all in this video. I have not been sleeping well because I've been coughing and sneezing all night for the last 2 nights. And as if that weren't bad enough, I went out to the Sukainen Ship Museum in Moose Jaw here. Amazing place. I might have to do a whole video on that someday. I've got about 400 frames of photography I shot there, but I don't know if that makes such a good video, so I might come back at another time and do a dedicated video on that place. But if you guys are interested in history and you happen to be in Saskatchewan, go visit Moose Jaw and visit that museum. Just a great bunch of people there. Anyway, I digress. So this is the filter. See if I can find that white line. And there it is, right there. You can see there's this little white line above the CPL. Then there's one on the rotating element, and you just line those two up when you want ideal polarization, and you don't want to spend time fiddling with getting the right adjustment here. So yeah, easy peasy. So I'm going to show you real quick how to put this filter on the Lite Plus. It actually couldn't be easier. This is the easiest drone I own to put filters on. very closely followed by the Mini 3 Pro. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Okay, so you take your gimbal like this and you just unscrew the front element, which happens to be the factory UV filter. Takes a little bit to unscrew it, but once you do, it just comes right off like that. Now we take our polarizer and we just screw this on. Then you set your polarization angle. Making sure it's firmly threaded on. And presto, you've got a circular polarizer. Now I bet you're wondering whether or not the gimbal cover is going to be able to fit on here with this filter installed, and I'm wondering that too. So let's see what the answer to that problem is, or question. It might be a problem. And would you look at that? Snug as a bug in a rug. Alright then, so we've got us a filter on the Lite Plus. We got our Lite Plus default filter back in the case where the freewell filter was. There's nothing left to do now but to go out and see what we can see with it. I can't wait for this. I've got a real special location to show you. Let's go do it now. Hello everyone. We are at our extra special location. And you might be thinking to yourself, what? A field? How's that special? Well, this wasn't always a field. There used to be a farm here. I believe the locals called it the Reed Place, but I'm not entirely sure about that. But the reason it's important and special is because when my great-grandparents came over from Ukraine in, I believe, the 1920s, they had to find somewhere to settle, so they chose this spot right here. Sorry about that, had to let the car pass. Anyhow, this is where they settled, my grandparents, or my great-grandparents, I mean. Sorry about that, I'm tired. Anyhow, you might be wondering what part of Ukraine they were from, and actually, oh, let's see. I'm trying to think of how to pronounce the name, but my great-grandparents were from Novosifivka. I'm not exactly sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, there were a number of Mennonite communities back then in that part of Ukraine. And yeah, so as it turns out, both my grandparents on my mother's side were born in Ukraine. You had my grandmother from Novosifivka, and then you had my grandfather from Rushevka. I think that's how you pronounce it. Both are in the Zaporizhzhia Oblast. So, yeah, that's right where the action is for the war right now. So, I'm not happy about that at all. Maybe you can guess why. Anyhow, when my great-grandparents came to this spot back in the day, my great-grandfather, being a very religious man, decided to co-found with somebody else a Mennonite church in the nearby town of Eyebrow. And I'll show you a shot of that right now. So yeah, my great-grandfather was co-founder of that church, and he was a minister all his life. And yeah, a lot of history here for my family. I've still got family in this area, although mostly distant relations now. Anyhow, we're going to go in and show you the sights. Not that there is much to see anymore. I would drone this place, but unfortunately it's 36 degrees today. And I'm not exactly sure if I want to load up the drone that much. Anyway, you see this mound right here? This is where the house used to be. It's really hard to tell because there's almost nothing left. But let's see if I can crane you way up. There is rubble there. That used to be the house foundation. And I've got some old footage from the Mini 2 that I used last year at this spot. And I might show you some of that footage now. Or rather, after this segment. Or maybe at the very end of the video, I'm not sure. We've got to do the Lite Plus stuff yet, and we're going to do that in Eyebrow. Anyhow, we'll just wander out here a bit. That hill over there, you can see that in several shots from this farm. Some old black and white ones, and if I can find a shot for you, I'll show it to you. I know I've got one. Anyhow, we're going up to the barn, or what used to be the barn. It's just a cement foundation now. And I hope the current property owner doesn't mind me being out here, but I don't exactly know who owns it right now, and this is important to my family, so forgive me if you see this video. Anyhow, this was the barn. You can see the cement foundation is still there. Pretty amazing. And I think, I'm not sure, if we go over here, there's a water pipe sticking up out of the ground. See if we can find it here. It's kind of hard because the weeds have grown up around the place. And yeah, there it is. Right there. So yeah, that's it. Anyhow, my original plan was to drone this area too with the Lite Plus and the new filter. But unfortunately, as hot as it is, I'm really favoring just letting it do as little work as possible, because even the AC in the car is having trouble today. Well, not too much trouble. It's doing plenty well, but I'm not, because I keep getting out of the car to film grain elevators and stuff. Anyhow, that's it. That's the site. I've got pictures of my grandma in front of those bushes over there, or trees, or whatever you call them. I guess they would be trees. And right over there, that's a major intersection. East and west, you go to Eyebrow and Central Butte. North and south, you go to Tagaski or Darmody. Sorry guys, it is just way too hot today. And I've still got a lot of shooting to do. So, yeah, welcome to where my great-grandparents used to live when they first came to Canada. Now, without further ado, let's go on into Eyebrow and see the town. And I'll see you in the next video. So folks, I'm in Riverhurst, Saskatchewan, and we have a problem with this lens filter for the Lite Plus. Unfortunately, Freewell advertises this as being gimbal safe, and yet, let me see if I can show you what happens. See that? It's stuck. And you gotta reach around and unstick her and hope she straightens out. Nope, she's not working. So we'll bring her up here and we'll try that again. Stuck again. Okay, there you go. Now she's working. So yeah, we have a problem with this filter. And unfortunately, I cannot in good conscience, I don't know. I can't recommend this lens filter. Sorry, Freewell. I can't use this. Take care, everyone. See you next video.